So you know when somebody takes their bird out and then they just freak out and they fly all over the place? Yeah, that's today's video. Okay, but seriously, Pickles the cockatiel is a pretty good flyer, you guys. She wasn't like totally running into windows. I mean, it was pretty legit. And also, she was completely used to our training stand, which was fantastic. So today we're actually working on training the wave.
Yeah, so I mean, she's done it a couple times, but it's kind of like, I'm just going for her foot up at this point.
Okay. What did it look like when she did it a couple times?
So to answer your question better, I interchange hands for step up and interchange hands, but whenever I do like a specific cue, I keep it the same. So I am consistent like that.
Okay.
But I do try to train the behavior, not the cue that I'm giving. So that's a little.
What do you mean by that?
Like, as far as step up, like, she is a little cockatiel and she is flighty, so I do try to get her to step up for everybody. So that's why I don't know if someone's going to do like left or right, but as far as like trick training, I stay consistent because I'm going to be the one trick training.
Yeah, and actually the only reason I was asking if you always use one hand or the other for step up is sometimes often just changing the hand, it confuses them enough to not have them commit to a full step up, and we can capture that moment.
Yeah.
Now Madison has trained Pickle a lot of different things, but she really wants to train Pickles to wave. So we thought we would help her today because she hasn't been able to get anywhere. She was kind of putting the argument that the bigger the bird, the slower they are, and the easier to capture things like wave, which she's not wrong. And the smaller the bird, the faster they are, so the harder it can be to capture little behaviors like that. And sitting around all day, waiting for your bird to kind of like scratch its head and be able to capture that, we don't have time for that in a master class, so we need another method.
So to get the wave, there's a couple different approaches we can take.
Okay.
Is we can see, like, you know, are you willing naturally with me to do it, right? I don't know if that's the case, but I'll be ready.
I will say a higher reward treat is walnuts if you want me to give them.
That's okay. We're just trying to think of like, how can we get that foot to lift? So sometimes what I might try to do here is off of the back of your hand.
Yeah.
And see if we can get like, I might make her fly. I'm being careful to not use like a very obvious step up cue. I'm almost trying to confuse her and then direct her attention up. Got a little too close that time, sorry. You got it for free.
I almost got my go off, but she's
Just capture that. Right? I have all the ideas back here. Nobody's listening to me. I actually felt like you were doing fine. I personally think that one person should get some momentum before just swapping back and forth.
Okay.
I think maybe one of you should train this and get momentum and then switch to the other one. Now in the past, Madison had failed to teach the wave by using the step-up method. If you're not familiar with the step-up method, it's basically asking or making your bird think you're asking for a step-up. It goes to raise its foot to step onto you, and you click right before that foot makes contact with your hand, capturing in essence the lifting of the foot. Now Madison hadn't gotten anywhere with this tactic, so we decided to try it today.
Yeah. It's a lot easier with the bigger birds to try to capture wave because you have bigger feet and you can kind of like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look. Yeah, you're just...
So that treat doesn't seem to be a high enough value.
Yeah,
Do you want to try this?
I can try that, yeah.
So morph it slightly more towards a step-up cue.
Oh,
Sorry.
So now the goal is to just slightly manipulate how your finger is so that it's
Not as close.
less easy for her to transfer weight to.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? Like almost so she'll put her foot up knowing what you're wanting, but it's slightly confusing.
Now I want to point out there's multiple ways to train the wave. You can do it through capturing, like I explained before, where you just wait for the bird to naturally show this behavior of lifting the foot. Normally this happens when the bird is either sleepy or it goes to scratch its head, which you can shape into a really adorable wave sometimes when there's motion to it. Another way is to target the bird with its foot to something. So you train it to target something with its foot and then you slowly remove the target. There's a lot of different methods. In today's method, we actually use the step up variation. And we switched between Madison and Dave to see which one was getting the better response.
It's like,
I don't know where she said.
I actually felt like you were doing fine.
do you want me to keep trying it?
I personally think that one person should get some momentum before
And
just
then-
swapping
yeah.
back and forth. Because the response was fairly equal and Dave was able to set kind of an expectation in initially getting this behavior, we were able to have Madison sort of take over since she's really the one that's going to be taking over this training and shaping it when she goes home.
Oh, yeah.
One at a time.
Yeah, you're rough on your feathers.
Do you want to just try coming to this side?
Yeah, I don't. She probably just likes the window, or she's gonna turn around as soon as I walk over here.
Nice.
Good.
I don't think they vacuumed that back for
Yeah.
a long time.
You didn't even get any.
Just wasted it.
So remember, we're going to try to trick her into a step up where she just raises that
No,
foot.
there's no truth.
Nice. Cool. And then we can, if we get it to where she understands to just lift that one foot, then we can phase out
The finger.
having that much of your finger available.
So obviously we only got the beginning phases of training this wave behavior, which initially is just presenting the hand, getting the bird to lift its foot and not step all the way up. So we're actually kind of asking for a step up. We're trying to make it look a little bit different so that the bird is less likely to step all the way up with both feet. And we're just clicking and rewarding when that one foot makes contact with the finger or the hand.
Nice job for not clicking.
That's a little bit more slippery.
Nice. Ooh,
Well, you stop.
Pablo's regurgitating over there.
Oh, can you do one more? Okay, there was food on me. I'm sorry. That was a trick.
That's looking awesome.
Awesome.
As you can see, we got that far today and Pickles really seemed to catch on. We ended the session before we wanted to wear Pickles out, but we didn't quite call it soon enough before she was flying all around the room all over again, just like it started.
Then I'm like,
Eventually though, we got Pickles back in her carrier and I think that Madison is set up to have a lot of success when she goes home to finalize and shape this behavior into the wave that she wants. If you're looking for more trick training behaviors that you can teach with your bird that builds a bond, check out our advanced trick training course over at birdtricks.com. And if you're interested in attending a masterclass like this one, check us out at info@birdtricks.com to inquire about attending one in 2024 or 2025, hosted in SANDPOINT, Idaho. We hope to see you guys soon.